This is the Randi Rhodes Show on 960 KNEW and online at 960KNEW.com.
Now it's time for Republican do's and don'ts. Today's subject is voter suppression. And that's a don't right off the bat there, kids. Now, we do call it voter fraud prevention. Much better, okay? Write it down. But back to the don'ts. Here's a Tea Party leader giving a perfect example of how we don't want to describe our approach to black voters. Okay?
The Republican Party doesn't want black people to vote if they're going to vote 9-1 for Democrats.
Brilliant. Wonderful. Why don't you just list the other reasons we don't want black people showing up at the polls? I mean, they make Republican voters nervous about purse snatching. They create a ruckus with those giant boomboxes, and they all spontaneously combust into a Kanye West song. We know it happens. You see, we have to be very clear on what we're doing so that we can avoid saying what we're doing. And the easiest way to do that is to tell the exact opposite of the truth. That's our do, fellow travelers, our do. Here's North Carolina Governor Pat McCrory to demonstrate.
Many of those from the extreme left who have been criticizing photo ID are using scare tactics.
Okay, perfect. Well done. Point number one. The scare tactics accusation is the best way to hide the scary stuff we do. Now bring it home, Pat.
They're more interested in divisive politics than ensuring that no one's vote is disenfranchised by a fraudulent ballot.
Ta-da! This guy good or what? Huh? I'm telling you, we're not preventing black people from voting. No. We're ensuring that every vote counts by making sure that the only votes are cast by the people who really count. Just don't, say that like that. Anyway, that's this edition of Republican Do's and Don'ts. Next time, the finer points of using someone in an Obama mask as a rodeo clown. Listen up, Missouri. This one's for you.
North Carolina has passed a harsh new law on voting, or more correctly, on not voting. This law is being described by people who toil at, enforcing the Constitution, people who, count on the principles that make America America, the constitutional principles of equal protection under the law. They have described this voting rights, this anti-voting rights law in North Carolina as being the most draconian yet passed. And for those who were homeschooled, that means worse than Texas. This law is designed to make it harder to vote, or more specifically, harder for Democrats to vote. This law imposes strict picture ID laws, curtails early voting, repeals same-day registration. Students younger than 18 who will be 18 by Election Day are no longer allowed to pre-register to vote. The early voting period is cut by 1 week. You will not be able to vote a straight ticket. The candidates will appear on the ballot in alphabetical order by party, beginning with the party whose nominee for governor received the most votes in the most recent election. So kind of like, good product placement. The name brands get to be at eye level, and the really crappy stuff you have to bend over for. Yeah, you're going to have to bend over for this.